Since 1943, NACE members have guided the association with the mission of protecting people, assets, and the environment from the adverse effects of corrosion. What started as a way for professionals with common challenges and goals to come together grew to include education, standards, development, certifications, and much more.
Corrosion Journal was so successful that it was becoming too big. It was too broad in its content, so in 1962, NACE brought the focus of the journal back to its roots with technical papers and added a new publication, Materials Protection, which is today's Materials Performance. Over the years, these two publications have evolved and continue to change with the times. Since then, NACE has added several newsletters and Coatings Pro magazine to its publications offerings. Looking back at where we started and our original focus, and then seeing where we are today with so many specialized and all-encompassing publications, it's incredible, something to be very proud of.
In the 1960s, the Canadian contingency in NACE conducted work in the critical area of sulfide stress corrosion cracking resistant materials used in oilfield sour service production. In 1975, the report was codified and internationalized when NACE published it as a technical standard MR0175, originally focused only on the Christmas tree valves. NACE then began a process to facilitate the addition of new materials into the standard, and eventually spun off the main standard to ISO.
By the 80s, NACE was known for its basic corrosion courses and some other educational programs. But when CIP came along, it changed everything. In the early 80s, the contractors, painting contractors themselves, came to NACE Education asking for some help in getting inspectors trained. What their need was for inspectors that worked alike. In other words, they inspected alike, which was missing at that time. And then it evolved into something very, very important. It was written into a lot of company specifications worldwide. So the CIP program changed NACE.
A lot of US-based associations try to expand internationally and discover they only have a small segment of membership outside the US. However, that's not the case with NACE. The growth and influence of the international sections now equate to more than half of the activity within NACE. And 50% of people who hold NACE Institute certifications are outside of the US. Today, NACE has offices in the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and South America.
NACE secured funding for the U.S. government's 2002 study on the cost of corrosion. The study brought public and government attention to the threat of corrosion, more so than anything NACE had done before. We now had this report telling the world how much corrosion cost in America. More than $1,000 for every man, woman, and child. It was significant, and it was something we could use to show everyone the importance of the work of NACE members. We took it to Capitol Hill, and it became the catalyst for Department of Defense's Corrosion Policy and Oversight Office, which has saved the U.S. military millions of dollars and has proven the return on investment of corrosion control methods to be significant.
About 10 years after a cost of corrosion study determined that 3% of the U.S. gross domestic product was lost to preventable issues caused by corrosion, NACE was receiving a lot of demand for other studies. So in 2015, the NACE Institute began working on a study that focused on more than just cost. The impact study factored in solutions to cost and failures and issues the industry grapples with. When the study was released, It answered some questions but also led to more of them. The study indicated that companies need to put much more emphasis on corrosion management, but many companies aren't equipped for this. So they came to NACE for help. Working with corrosion experts, the Institute created Impact Plus, which helped companies to develop corrosion management systems that work with their business.
I can't imagine the corrosion industry without the important partnership of NACE and the ACA, which has helped us support each other's missions worldwide.
The history of SSPC started with NACE. So without NACE, we wouldn't have SSPC today.
Engineers Without Borders is a better organization thanks to the support it gets from NACE and the expertise of NACE certified professionals.
I can't imagine a future without the collaborative efforts that have led to many mutual successes for our members, driven by NACE and IUPAT together.
It's amazing to look back at all the accomplishments made by NACE members and former NACE boards of directors that had the foresight to do so much to propel the industry forward. In many cases, I think they'd be astounded to see where the organization is today and how their work has impacted the world. They'd be proud, and I look forward to seeing the impact that younger NACE members will create for the future of our industry.